Morning, my name is Saskia Devasam. I have completed my Masters in Literature and also PGDLT from Bangalore and BEd from Bangalore North University. In this session, let us go through a poem called Freedom, written by Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore was a well-known figure of 19th century, and he is the person who has written our national anthem, that is Jana Gana Mana. And he was the first Indian or Asian to receive Nobel Prize for Literature in the year 1913 for the word Gitanjali. Basically, the poem Freedom was written when India was colonized under British rule, and Rabindranath Tagore has expressed his opinion that in the poem Freedom, that the British should leave India and go away from India. And as Rabindranath Tagore was very much interested in common people and worked for the social reforms. Before we see what is in the poem, let us go through a poem. Freedom from the fear is the freedom I claim for you, my motherland. Freedom from the burden of ages, bending your head, breaking your back, blinding your eyes to the beckoning call of the future. Freedom from the shackles of slumber, wherewith you fasten yourself in night's stillness. Mistrusting the star that speaks of truth, adventurous path. Freedom from the anarchy of destiny, whose sails are weakly yielded to the blind, uncertain winds, and the helm to a hand ever rigid and cold as death. Freedom from the insult of dwelling in a puppet's world where movements are started through brainless wires, repeated through mindless habits, where figures wait with patience and obedience for the master of show to be stirred into a mimicry of life. The word freedom is repeated throughout the poem to express the poet's deep wish for his country to be independent. Here, freedom from fear is the freedom I claim for you, my motherland. Freedom from the burden of the ages, bending your head. Here, the poem is about the motherland, India. As I already told you, the poem Freedom was written when India was colonized by British and India was fighting one of the greatest freedom struggle. The poem is depicting the brutality bared by the country, and it's trying to contemplate its future and the past. Here, the poet is wishing that his country to be free from the oppression of his colonized rulers. Rabindranath Tagore wants that India to be free from the clutches of British, free from the weight of oppression, free from the weight of senseless, illogical beliefs and traditions that India has been following since the time immemorial. If Indians follow these illogical and senseless traditions, then India can never have a brightest future in the future. That is what Rabindranath Tagore is wishing for. He is wishing that his country to be free from the clutches of British. He wants Indians to awake, to fight for their freedom, to fight for the traditions and beliefs that India has been following. He wants Indians to come out of that orthodox beliefs. And these orthodox beliefs are preventing India to have a bright future. Here, breaking your back, blinding your eyes to the beckoning call of the future. As you can see, breaking your back, breaking your back, blinding your eyes. As you can see, the word b and b is repeating. The word b, the repetition of b sound is repeating. Here, the sound that repeats in a line, in a stanza, that is known as alliteration. Alliteration is the repetitions of the sound. As you know, the poem is that beautifies through its language. Here, the word breaking your back, blinding your eyes means like the grammatical, the figure that they've used here is alliteration, because there is a repetition of the word be here. And that is what here Rabindranath Tagore is telling. If we don't come out of the illogical thoughts and beliefs, if you don't come out of it, then definitely India will be blind from seeing the future. Here, according to him, freedom of fear is the real freedom. He wishes that his country to be free of burden of the years it has been oppressed. The country has been tolerating enough, and it can bear any more. The poet says that his country is looking forward for a little better future. That is all about the 3 lines. That is, freedom from the fear. Freedom from the fear is the freedom I claim for you, my motherland. Freedom from the burden of ages, bending your heads. These are all the orthodox beliefs that India has been following. Breaking your back. We Indians are like, where they are very humble, they are very kind, they are very honest, they bend their heads no matter what the circumstances and situation are. Like how the Britishers made Indians to bend their heads to be their slaves so that the Britishers can rule. That is what it happened. British ruled for more than 200 years for the country, making Indians the slaves. That is what Rabindranath Tagore is telling, that Indians has to arise, has to awake so that they can fight for their right. They can actually get the freedom of fear, freedom of oppression, freedom of illogical thoughts and beliefs. That's what Rabindranath Tagore is wanting Indians to be. Freedom from the anarchy of destiny, wholesales are weakly yielded to the blind uncertain winds, and the helm to a hand ever rigid and as cold as death. Yes, these are the most difficult lines in the poem. The poet is describing the brutality and the injustice the country has been bear. The poet wishes that his country to be free of the experiences of the past, which was nightmare, and left it numb. Here, the poet is describing that whatever has happened, the Indians should leave thinking that it's just a nightmare and it's numb, and that India has to leave that one. The Indians has to leave thinking that it's just a nightmare, and India must not think or brood over or lament over the past things, because whatever has happened has happened. Now India has to work for the betterment of present as well as the future. India is fastening herself in night's stillness, implying that the country is committed to its colonial past. Still, a few of the patriarchal norms and traditions and beliefs that we follow has never left us. Sometimes we try to imitate Britishers, imposing the rules and regulations without acknowledging the honesty, the kindness and joy. And distrust the stars that speak of the future means that it does not look around in the dark times and imagine a better future for itself as an independent country. His third wish for India is that her to overcome the fear of taking risks. He wants her motherland to dare walk on the adventurous path. He also wants her not to place too much faith in an uncertain destiny, and not to place control for the forward movements in the hands of narrow-minded and heartless people. He wants India to be very, very much free from the clutches of British. And he has compared India to be a sailing boat who has no master, where the boat is going doesn't know, it doesn't have a proper future. They don't have an aim, they don't have aim or intentions what is their destiny is. That is what, when the Britishers had captured India, that is what happened. We were under the rule of somebody who were not guiding us properly, who were not showing us the true path of reality. They just wanted us to be the slaves, like Indians to be the slaves, and they're the masters. Here, the sailboat here refers to, like, if the sailing boat refers to this the boat where they have to actually follow it, like seeing all the winds and all. If we don't follow the winds, if the boat doesn't follow the wind, it may definitely end up somewhere drowning it. Simple, that's what it happens. It may get destroyed, it may sink it may drown it. But Rabindranath Tagore doesn't want India to follow the uncertain winds. But Rabindranath Tagore wants India to be a sailing boat, but with a proper direction, with a proper guidance, where they can follow, where the Indians can follow, they can know what their goal is, what their intention is, and how do they have to see a better future, how can they make their good future. That is what Rabindranath Tagore is claiming for. And also his final wish for her motherland is to be free of humiliation of living as a slave in the hands of the foreign invaders. When Mahatma Gandhi visited Europe, when Mahatma Gandhi visited the foreign, he was not treated well. He was ill-treated by the Britishers itself. And even to this day, if they see a black people, if they see Indians, they feel that we are very low. We don't we don't raise up to the standards of their expectations. Even to this day, we live in the 21st century, there are discriminations in certain parts of the world. We can see that very clearly, being an Indian, being a brown skin. But Rabindranath Tagore doesn't want we to be the slaves of somebody else. We to be the slaves of the brutal people, where we can bear their brutality. Instead of that, he wants we people to live with pride, to live with honor. And he doesn't want we to be the slaves in the hands of foreign invaders. When the Tagore asks for the liberation from the anarchy of destiny, he means that he doesn't want his country simply, blindly, passively follow the path, the fate that has been assigned to it, and he compares this fate or destiny to a sailboat that must follow winds blowing in every direction and is captained by an uncaring hand. And he wants her to stop acting like a puppet whose every move is dictated and controlled by the show's master. That had happened for the past 200 years, where the Britishers were dictating us, and we were blindly and passively following the rules that has been imposed by the Britishers for us. Simply we tried to follow it. And he wishes for a motherland to be able to live freely, making her own decisions and shaping her own destiny. The movements are orchestrated through the brainless wire, implying that England controls India without thinking and adhering to its mindless habits. Tagore makes use of appropriate metaphors to evoke the patriotic spirit in the reader. Here the metaphor is to a sailboat, and also there's a comparison for as cold as that is a simile. He wants India to be country to be free from like a puppeteer controls by the puppet. The rules and regulations laid by the unjust system which is being followed without raising any questions and reasons. Even to this day, sometimes we feel very much difficult in asking the questions, in raising the questions. Why are we following this? Without any reason, without questioning them. Simply Indians blindly, like we people, our ancestors, they blindly followed the Britishers. And that, and not only they followed it, but also they had to bear the brutality of the people. They were the people, like Britishers were the one who made literally the Indians the slaves. They had to clean their shoes, they had to do everything, literally. And only few people had got an opportunity to work in administration. To work in administration, they introduced the language English, so that they not fall up to the Indians level, so that they can raise the standard of Indians, so that they, not to match it, but at least where they can able to communicate it, And the helpless people of the country are following them without using their brains, without questioning them, with complete obedience. The life they are living is just mimicry of life which is inauthentic life as it is controlled by others. When we try to follow others, when we try to mimic somebody, we lose our identity. That is what actually happened in India, where they try to start mimicking somebody else's life and we lost our identity. Whatever the situation, whatever the circumstances may be, we must never lose our identity. We must try to be what we are instead of pretending, instead of following somebody else, instead of mimicking something else. We must try to make sure that we are being what we are. We are being what we are. If we be what we are, if we create our own identity, then definitely nobody can rule us, we'll be a master of ourselves. We'll be the master of ourselves. And that is what actually wants Rabindranath Tagore Indians to be, to create their own identity. So that to come out of the orthodox beliefs and traditions and customs. And he wants Indians to be free from the oppression. So that they should not think, okay, we are the slaves of Britishers. What if we raise the voice? No. It was not like that the poem is conveyed. Rabindranath Tagore actually want people, Indians to be free, to work for the betterment of future. Whatever the actions we do today will be responsible for the future. So whatever the actions we are doing today must be more careful so that it can uplift the status of India. Being an individual, we should always work for the betterment of our country, for the betterment of society, for the betterment of an individual. And when we are free from the fear, when we are free from the fear, when I have no fear, then definitely I can raise my voice against any oppression or injustice that's happening in the country. That's what Rabindranath Tagore wants Indians to be. Like, he wants India to be free. He wants India to lead a better life, a better future life. And he wants India not to be the slave of anybody. He wants India to be the master of herself. And the one thing that India has compared to the motherland, where we see, if we never see our mother to be in pain, right? We try to solace her, we try to, we literally try to solace and give peace to our mother. In the same way, even when Rabindranath Tagore is comparing India to the motherland, he cannot see the pain, he cannot see the burden that the India is carrying. So that is all about the poem called Freedom. And this was a small poem, now Freedom. When we go through in deep with the poem, it's really a very good poem where it developed the sense of patriotic feeling within us. So I hope you like my poem. So thank you so much.